Well, welcome to class number 4, which is about how to post your listings into 8 of the busiest social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. Like we said, if you're not at your listing presentations telling your clients that you're capable of doing this, I think you're going to be at a distinct disadvantage. Before we get started, though, I want to give you guys, again, some insight into the marketplace from my perspective. Right now, the largest market is the first-time homebuyers market. And the first-time homebuyers market, I'm going to say is, market anywhere from $150,000 up to, $300,000. And you've got people in downtown Chicago that are millennials that are living in these one-bedroom condos or in apartments. My daughter graduated this past year from Indiana University. And her and her girlfriends are paying $3,000 a month in rent. I want to smack them in the head for doing that because I said, Dad can show you how to buy for that amount of money. I've got, boyfriends of theirs, etc., and they're thinking about getting out of their leases on the west side of Chicago, downtown Chicago, and they're going to be looking at purchasing. When they do, you as realtors need to know that there is up to $10,000 in available down payment assistance. How many of you know about the IDA program? Okay, so you all do. My suggestion, which you guys all have in your handouts I just gave you, you can pass this down to Ken. My suggestion is that this should be at most of your open houses, something like this, where it says how to buy a home for as little as 1% of the purchase price. I don't know if you guys realize, with the IDA program, it's one thing to tell somebody you got $10,000 in down payment assistance. It's a totally different, I think, reaction I get when I talk to people and say, do you realize you could buy a home for as little as 1% of the purchase price? And they go, what do you mean? I go, that means a $200,000 home could be purchased for as little as $2,000. So what I do is, if you look over here, this is the flyer that is in front of you. There's the $6,000, the $7,500, and the $10,000. Real quickly, the $6,000 is a grant that is forgiven over 10 years. The $7,500, I call it the Crazy Good program. The $7,500 is a zero interest loan. I'm going to give you $7,500. There's no payments for 30 years or until you sell the house. And I have to repeat myself. They go, you just said you're going to give me $7,500. I get to go buy my house, and you're not going to ask for any payments till I sell that house? 10, 20, 30 years down the road? I go, that's what we said. I go, crazy good, huh? Last one is crazy good with a little bit of a payback. You get $10,000, zero interest. You get to use the money at no cost. But you're going to pay it back at $83.33 a month. And I always tell people, what does it cost you to take that significant other out for a nice dinner, glass of wine? They say 60, 80, 100 bucks. I go, if you gave up one of those dinners a month, and I give you $10,000, should we go look for housing? They go, when can we go? So again, but with the $10,000, the key is we have not had in our industry, we have not had the $10,000 available to us before. We had $7,500. And so thus, you see the second page? I invented this second page, and it's up there on the screen now. I used to explain to people that in every real estate transaction, there's 3 buckets of cash. And it's one thing to verbally say it. And so, for example, if I'm telling Ken, and Ken then goes to his home to his wife, or he talks to his dad, or he talks to his best friend, and he says, I just talked to Glen Marino, and he said, I can buy a house for 1% of the purchase price. And then Ken tries to explain it verbally, and Ken's not in our business. So then all of a sudden he fumbles the ball, he doesn't say it right. The wife says, you're crazy. We're going back to renting. Or his dad says, you can't buy a house for 1%. What are you talking about? Blasphemy, crazy talk. So what you do is on the left-hand side, you see the rent. Remember, all of our buyers have an 8th grader's mentality. And if you can always talk to people on an 8th grade mentality, they will understand what you're talking about. On the renter side, there's $1,500 in rent and $1,500 in a security deposit. So they're going to be out $3,000. But on the right side, bucket 1 is down payment, bucket 2 is closing costs, and bucket 3 is prepaids. And every one of them says who pays. Well, initially, if I'm a renter, if I'm in downtown Chicago, I'm a millennium, and I'm renting, If the landlord calls me up and says, hey, Glenn, you haven't been the best tenant, we're not going to renew your lease, you're out. Don't you think that the people that are renters, they're ready to pay that next first month's rent security deposit, right? So they got $3,000 in the bank. But now you go over to the buy side and say, well, bucket number one is down payment. We say, you see up here, it says $200,000 is the purchase price, 3.5% is the down payment. God bless you. What's 3.5% of 200,000? $7,000. So everybody see the $7,000 here in bucket one? The people look at you and go, hey, Ken, I told you I don't have 7,000. I've got 3,000 because if I have to go rent someplace, I don't have $7,000. You say the good news is, and if you guys notice at the bottom of your paper there, do you see in the lower right corner, it says if they have a 640 or better credit score and their household income is less than what? 101,520, they qualify for the 10,000, the 7,500, the 6. I don't know about you guys, but I know a lot of friends that make less than 101,520 as a household. And so then all they got to come up with is 1%. So now that down payment was $7,000, right, in bucket number one. But you say, but you only have to come up with 1% of the purchase price. The purchase price is what, 200,000? And then what you do is you say, okay, 1% is $2,000. I need 7. Let's take 5,000 out of your $10,000 bucket. 5 and 2 is 7,000. You got all the money you need for the down payment. So as you notice here in your cheat sheet, there's the 5 from the state of Illinois, 2 from the customer, and they got the necessary 7,000. Go to bucket 2. The closing costs are going to be about $5,000. We're not going to go through all the detail right now so that we don't blow their mind. All these little ticky-tacky fees, but tell them it's going to cost about $5,000. They say, well, wait a minute, I don't have $5,000, Glenn. You didn't hear me. I have $3,000 for renting, but I only have 5. That's okay. You only used 5 of the 10,000. There's still 5,000 left over in the IDA bucket. So now all of a sudden you've got all the closing costs covered by whom? IDA, state of Illinois. So they're coming up with 0. State of Illinois is coming up with $5,000. Last bucket is escrows. The good news is in the state of Illinois, we pay our real estate taxes, what, a year behind, right? So the 2018 taxes are not going to get paid till 2019. If we all have a closing on November 30th, who lived in the house for the first 11 months? Seller. Seller owes our client 11 months of real estate taxes as a credit. Guess what? The credit is always greater than what the lenders are going to ask you to initially put up for real estate taxes and homeowners insurance in the escrows. So bucket number 3 is always a 0. Bucket number 2 was $5,000 but got paid by IDA, so our customer paid how much? 0. And bucket number 1 was $7,000, and how much did our client come up with? $2,000. So they just bought a $200,000 home for $2,000, or go back to renting for $3,000. Wow, why would you do that? But now if you guys are handing these out stapled together and give it to your customer, because again, I'm going to give these all to you in electronic form so that they'll be in the email. You print them, you hold them on your computer, you hand them out to people wherever you meet them. And you say, you can buy a house for 1%. And now when they go talk to their spouse, they got a cheat sheet. When they go talk to their dad, when they go talk to their best friend, they've got a cheat sheet. And they don't necessarily have to be an expert at it. They just have to be able to read the cheat sheet. Now, the last good piece of news is, what happens if this purchase price goes up from $200,000? It's interactive for you guys. So whenever you're looking at a house for somebody, put in the actual purchase price. So let's say you're doing $250,000. You put in the $250,000 and all the numbers change automatically for you. There's their minimum 1%, $2,500. They had to come up with another $6,250 from the state of Illinois. So now they got all the $8,750 in bucket 1. Bucket 2, there was only $3,750 left over from IDA. Does everybody know how that came about? It was $10,000 was in the bucket. You used $6,250 initially, so there's only $3,750 left over for the closing cost bucket. So theoretically, the customer has to come up with $1,250. But you notice there's a gray box here? What if the wonderful realtors in this room, what if you guys negotiated that the seller was going to pay $1,250 in closing costs? Oh my God, your customer comes up with 0. And so once again now, they just bought a $250,000 home for how much? $2,500. This works all the way up to $336,000 because IDA goes all the way up to I don't know about you guys, but majority of my deals are under $336,000. And when I can show people how to get into housing for $3,000, for $2,500, for $2,000, guess what? They want to get into housing. So what you guys need to do is to get into your Facebooks. You need to get into Twitter. You need to be tweeting out there. You need to be telling people, I can get you into housing for 1% of the purchase price. Call me. I'll send you a worksheet that shows you how to do it. There's not that many numbers on this page. Does this make some sense? Cool. Yes, ma'am.
What is the limit of what they can make to get that?
Down here, take a look on the sheet itself. Do you see where it says this 101,520? Go to page 2 of that. In the lower right corner, I gave you the qualification.
Oh,
No problem. So I mean, you need a credit score of 640 or better, which most renters have a 640 or should have a 640 or better, and household, not just what they make. So them and the wife and anybody who lives in that household. So if somebody's thinking of bringing somebody in, I said, don't think until after you buy the house, because anybody who lives in the household, because they have to fill out a questionnaire for IDA, who lives in the house and how old are they? And if they're 18 years or older, they want to see their tax returns. So that's how they find out how much you make household income wise. But again, still, there's a lot of people out there. Husband and wife don't make over 101,520. Start talking to them.
So because I have a client there splitting up and do you sell this even though he's the house now? The wife that she's buying him out of?
He can, but I'll be honest with you, I've never seen it work while they're in the middle of divorce, meaning that the attorneys crush it eventually because it's considered marital property till you are divorced. And so everybody's nicey during, let's say, well, it's a friendly divorce, and then all of a sudden you get the nasty attorney for the wife or for the husband, and they decide that, no, you're entitled to 50%. He just decided to go buy a $300,000 condo. You can get 50% of that. No, the attorney. Well, not it depends. Income-wise, you can only have one primary residence. That'd be interesting because he'd have to be saying that the other property is investment property. It'd be better if he had a legal separation agreement. Because then we could say that they're legally separated, that that's no longer his primary, that that's an investment for him. But until it's sold, that would be held against him in his debt ratios. So it depends on, again, his income has to be under 101,520, and he has to be able to carry both mortgages, which a lot of people can't. So it's just a matter of running the numbers. If he doesn't have a lot of other debt, maybe he can qualify. So again, it's only on primary residences. The second thing that I want to bring to your attention is this homes for. Well, by the way, if anybody wants, did the one that I hand out to you? Maybe it didn't. There's a lot of white space on this flyer down here. If you guys are interested in it being co-branded, did anybody get one that was co-branded? No. We've done a lot. I think Ken, you've got yours are all co-branded. If you want your picture, your name, your contact information here, so that when I send them out, the only thing I would ask is that if we do that for you, that you decide that you'll make us one of your lenders, send us some of your buyers off of the program. But I'd have no problem of putting where my picture is, there would be your picture, there would be your contact information. Then you save it on your computer and print off as many as you like. One of the things I can highly recommend for you guys is we just went to 3 events in the last 2 weeks. One was the Aurora, the city of Aurora had a home expo. Again, you want to get in front of buyers? Google home expos in whatever city you're looking to do business in. We got 120 people signed up at the home expo. That's a lot of people. That means those are people that we can now continue to work with, find out when would they like to become homeowners, even if they are homeowners, because some of them just signed up for the raffle. They just want to get whatever we're giving away. But still, we ask them, do you have sons or daughters? Do you have brothers or sisters? Do you have somebody that might want to buy a home for as little as 1% of the purchase price. And when you start doing this, if you start taking the lender, you take a realtor, you take a home inspector, you take an attorney, you take an insurance guy. I think we had 5 people at the booth. The cost of the table gets down to like $50. So you know, for $50 and getting 120 names, I'll do that any day of the week. And then what we did was we went to look for health and wellness expos. We went to a health and wellness expo in Burbank. We got 40 leads there. Again, we don't know how good the leads are, but they were people who were signing up. We were giving away Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins tickets, gift cards. And again, you know, some people were seriously, they didn't realize we had this on the table. Whenever you do it, would you like to know how to buy a house for 1% of the purchase price? You can buy a house for 1%? Cool, tell me more. Where was the other? So again, then Tanya, which leads into the next. She's one of my partners, Tanya Reyes. She was with the U.S. Army, and so she's gone into this program of Homes for Stars, Stripes, and Service. We have 2 wonderful realtors here who are in the Inspire Hero program. Same program, but just a different name. And what we're doing here is we're giving anybody who is military, anybody who's a policeman, fireman, teacher, doctor, nurse, we're giving them benefits because of the way they served either our community or our country. The realtor is giving back, and here's where it changes. You know, under this Homes for Stars and Stripes and Service, they're picking their discount. It could be as little as 10%. It could be as much as 25% is given back as a rebate. The lender is paying for the appraisal. Title companies are cutting their fees $400, and attorneys are cutting their fees about $100 for those that are participating in the program. So it's about $2,000 worth of benefits. If you go to the other page, the other flyer that's in there, it talks about the $7,500 that's up there, the $7,500 that's available to them, and that's post-closing. After they close, again, it could be a buy, it could be a sell. We then send them, congratulations, here's your $7,500 in national merchant discount coupons from places like Target, Costco, Sam's Club, Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know about you guys, but I live at Costco. So, I mean, I don't mind getting coupons from Costco and Target, and people who own houses go to these places. So, I mean, you're giving them $2,000 worth of benefits at closing, another $7,500. When you add them together, that's $9,500. And all you got to do is walk around to your police stations, your firehouses. Yvonne just did a really cool video. She did a video and put it in Facebook on a fire station in Plainfield, where she's got 4 different stations. She takes this stand. If you guys get involved with the program, we'll create your first stand, this. Because again, go back to the 8th grade mentality. I used to verbalize those 3 buckets of cash, and then I came up with the cheat sheet. I used to verbalize, this is what you need to do to go to your fire stations, and it never went over well because I kept verbalizing it. So now what we do is we prepare the first one. We give you the plastic stand. We give you the yellow laminated card. We give you all this. And then we give it to you in digital form, and it's up to you to print them off your computer and create number 2, and you give it to the fire station. You print it, and you give it to the police station. You print it, you give it to the school for the teachers. You print it, and you give it to the VFW hall. You get what I'm saying? They like to hear that you're giving them benefits for serving the community. And when you, go ahead. Yes. Okay, think of it this way. Well, see, the beauty of this, the beauty of Inspire Heroes and Homes for Stars, Stripes, and Service, it's our own program. It's tongue twister. It's our own program. So again, you can define who is the hero. So if you wanted to say, for example, somebody asked me about Naperville, and they said, well, I'm a government employee of Naperville. We asked, we said, would we pay for the appraisal for that person? We said, yes. We asked the realtor, would you give back a rebate? We said, you're in. It's our own program, meaning it's your program. You define who the hero is. So you could say it's really anybody in the medical field, nurse practitioner, nurse assistant, they're all in the medical field. So you can define it as just being anybody in the medical field that you want to do that for. And then it's a matter of you going around to nurses, to wherever you can get, Yvonne has gone to Plainfield and she's talked at all 4 of the fire stations. So, I mean, Stuart, he's gone to the sheriff's department and he's gone and made presentations at the sheriff's department. And, these guys like the fact, hey, great, when I'm buying or selling real estate. And then what you do is, what are you going to do after you drop them off the stand? Every 30 days, you're going to go back and fill it up again. Or just double check. You want to make sure you're top of mind. So I just want to keep you guys aware of the program. And again, if you notice here, do you see down here, it says Kevin Roy. Kevin was supposed to be here. That's why it's in here with Kevin's name on it. Kevin's co-branded. So if you want this, I only will prepare this. If you are going to market the program. Please do not ask me to co-brand you and create a stand for you, and you're going to let it gather dust. I don't like doing things that gather dust. So if you're interested in just the program, you want to look at it, I'll send you generic stuff and you can look at the program. If you want to be active in the program, I'll co-brand you, I'll create the stand, I'll put everything together, and then now you have your template. Now you can create all the future ones on a go-forward basis. Make sense? Cool. All right. So today, any questions on that so far? Cool. So let's go after first-time home buyers. Let's go after heroes. Let's go make some business. You guys should all, the reason I brought up events. I already am looking at events into 2019. Me and my team, we're doing our business plan for 2019. I'm hoping that you guys are doing business plans this time of year. If you haven't done them already, you should be doing them. You need to have, your business plan is like this table. This table is supported by multiple legs, right? One leg alone is not going to hold up this table. So if you don't have each leg of the table is a strategy. If one of your strategies is dripping on your current client base, staying in contact, making phone calls. I call my database 3 times a year. I have a phone burner and I call them up and all I'm doing is just saying, hey, I'm just checking in with you. How's the family? How's the house doing? How's the mortgage? For no other reason than to just keep myself top of mind. Do they have any? They may not have any need. I just want them to remember my name. And how you doing, Sam? And then from there, it's a matter of, do they have any family members, brothers, sisters, sons, daughters that might be interested in learning more about how to buy a home for 1% of the purchase price? So there's always some reason to call these people. And again, that's one of your legs. You guys have expireds, you have FSBOs. You have all sorts of different ways to go by. One of your legs is, one of your strategies might be continue to stay in contact. I know Yvonne gets a lot of her business through referrals. Well, she's got a big enough database where she can go through and she can stay in contact with them and they refer her business. So again, keep all these strategies in mind and focus on what are you going to do in 2019 different than what you're doing in 2018. Don't expect different results if you're going to do the very same thing that you've been doing so far. Okay? All right, let's get into today's program. How to give your listings greater exposure. I need to give Sam one of the handouts. I do. Yeah, I'll be more than happy to send it to you.
Awesome.
It'll have a list of all the different strategies you can pick and choose from. Because you want to do them all, but you can pick and choose the strategies that you want, and then you can plug them into this model.
Right.
Okay. All right, again, take a look at this handout. This is our goal from the class today. If I was your client, or let's put it this way, back up. What if you were the client and you received this in an email from your realtor, and your realtor said, hey, Glenn, hey, Stuart, hey, Yvonne, it's Ken Johnson with Keller Williams. This week, I posted your home. I gave it great exposure in the internet, in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Craigslist, and so many more. Take a look at the handout and give me your feel. I would think the customer would say, wow, this looks really cool, because you got to remember, from all of our perspectives, a lot of your offices say, I got one real estate company that they advertise, they put them into 32 different social media sites. I got another one that says we put them into 1,000 different social media sites. I said, can you show me one? And they all look at me like a deer in headlights. They have no idea where it is. I go, I'm the client. I want to see it. Where's my house in Facebook, or where is it, in YouTube, or, and the realtor can't give me an idea of where it is, other than it's on a piece of paper. It says the office puts them into 32 different sites. This is what you create, and you're putting it into not your company, you're putting it into your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your YouTube. And the reason you want it in yours is because you want people to go to it and like it and interact and make you're branding yourself by putting these listings into your social media. So again, this is what we're going to create today. So let's get into the instructions. If you guys would be so kind as to turn to page 2 in your instructions in the PowerPoint handout. Yep, the big thick one. Page 2 says, so you won the listing presentation. Remember, class 1 was the killer listing presentation. If you get in front of people, that first class was designed so that you could have confidence that you would win. If anybody did not see the first class, the killer listing presentation, it's 7 steps. It's in my personal website. All you have to do is go to https://gmarino.valuedlender.com. I'm going to go to it right here, in fact, right now. So we go to /gmarino.valued with a D, valued, V-A-L-U-E-D, lender.com. It should look like this. And if you guys go to this very last tab, do you see where it says Realtor Marketing Class Videos? And by the way, a couple of you don't have agent marketing accounts yet. Well, let me first get done with the videos. So you go here. Class number 1 is the killer listing presentation, and class number 2 is how to win every expired listing. Class 3 is how to win every FSBO. It's very similar to the expired. So if you're winning listing presentations by marketing to the expireds, by marketing to the FSBOs, now we're into this class. We've got listings. We now need to start marketing these listings. One of the things that, and I'm going to give this to these ladies who are new here. I think I've got some black folders. If you pass these down to those 2 young ladies. What's on the cover of here is some of the things that you can do over a 5-week period of time once you get a listing. Week number 1 says, why don't you communicate with your client the various realty sites that you just put your client into? We got Exit Realty Strategy here today. We got HomeSmart. We got Inspire Realty. We got Keller Williams. All of your companies put your listings into realty sites, Realtor.com, Trulia, Zillow. If you were to just week 1 put in the address in Google of your property that, for your client, it will show all of the various places that property can be found in different sites, including Zillow, Trulia, and so many more. If you already have it in agent marketing, it's going to put it into at least 10 sites also for you. So again, I would then take the screen. I'd either use Snippet, which is on every computer, or I use Jing. I would Jing that and I would paste it into an email, and I'd send it out to my client and say, hey, Glenn and Rose, it's your rock star agent, Kenneth Johnson. This week, I got you into, add them up, 20 different realty sites. Check out all these sites and see the great exposure that you have. I'm feeling pretty good. Ken's talking to me. He's put me into 20 sites. I can see, feel, and touch it. It wasn't you just going, I put you into 20 realty sites. Which ones? I don't understand. But all of a sudden, when I see it in an email and I can see all the different sites, I can go to those sites and go, oh, cool, 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 Movado. You know, I can see all the different sites that it might be in. Second week, it says, I posted you into 8 of the busiest social media sites. Hey, Glenn and Rose, it's your Rockstar agent, Kenneth Johnson with Keller Williams again. This week, I posted into 8 of the busiest social media sites, and we attach what we're about to create here and send it to the client. 8 pages of wow. Review it. Let me know what you think. Each one of those pages allows your client to go back into each one of those pages and see it in Facebook, in Twitter, in LinkedIn. I got to believe they're going to think you guys are rock stars. It takes it out of the verbalization stage into I can see, feel, and touch it stage. And I'm going, I get it. This is cool. I feel the marketing. I feel that you're doing a great job for me. You become what? Referable. You become very referable when all of a sudden they see the great effort and the marketing that's going on, and they can share that document with family and friends of others who might be in the marketplace to possibly be selling their home. So now that you know where the first 2 lessons are, and I feel bad for these young ladies here, maybe after the class, I want you to go here to this realtor marketing training. And if you scroll all the way down on the right side, you see where it says create an account? I want you guys to create an account. It's free of charge. It doesn't cost you anything. Yep. So by all means, open up a free account because we're going to be using this agent marketing system to post into the various social media sites today. And if anybody needs any help, I mean, quite honestly, afterward, I think, Sam, you may not have one yet. It'll take us 5 minutes to open the account. So I wouldn't mind opening the account for you guys right after class. Cool. Let's do that. All right. So when you come over here to our instruction, it says, so you won the listing presentation. You were in front of a FSBO, you're in front of an Expire, you're in front of a client that you were referred to. But with your fantastic killer listing presentation, you won it. And now it's time to market the listing. You got 5 weeks of things you're going to do for them. So where do the buyers hang out? Well, they hang out in the internet. What's the #1 search engine? Well, it's Google. What's the #2 search engine? Well, it's YouTube. What are the more popular social media sites? Well, it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Craigslist, Instagram. Next, it says open up your free property website account. Okay, so what I did was to open up, turn the page in your instructions. I'm on the next page, but you're right where you need to be. Over here is the agent marketing account. Okay, so once I open it up, the instructions then, and again, I just logged in. We're using Stuart here, one of his listings. He's going to be the sample today. So I'm going to come over here to my instructions again. And it says, after you upload your listing in 5 minutes, if you have listings in the MLS, they have MLS numbers. What this system allows you to do is to put the MLS number into agent marketing, and it will automatically create this property website. It says, find the property or listing. We're working on YouTube right now. It says, find the property or the listing whose virtual tour you want posted on YouTube. Let's back up and talk a little bit about this. What is the greatest form of branding in the internet? Video. Exactly. You can do a blog, and you can write a blog with 300 to 500 words that has some strength. You can write a blog with 300 to 500 words and put an image that has greater strength because you now have an image. The greatest branding that you can do for yourselves is to do video and post it in the internet. Google rewards for the highest strength. So if you guys are doing your business plans, you all told me you're going to be doing your business plans this week or this month. If you're going to be doing, I'm picking a number out of the air, 24, 36 listings next year, are you going to let 24 to 36 videos that could be in your YouTube go by the wayside? Or if you automate your agent marketing system, that when you put a listing in the MLS, it automatically creates the property website. It automatically puts your virtual tour that it creates free of charge into your YouTube channel. So you could have, what I'm saying is you would have 24 to 36 videos in your YouTube channel. Who owns YouTube, by the way? Google. Let's see. I'm putting questions into Google that says, I'm looking for a realtor. I'm moving into the area. I'm looking for a realtor in Naperville to help me buy a house. Might Google look at videos you said was the highest form of branding? You now have 24 to 36 videos of homes that you've been marketing in Naperville. Do you think Google's going to say, look at this person? Or they might bring up your YouTube channel and say, check out this person, because you got a lot of video in your name in that particular city. So what I'm saying is YouTube is very important, and don't let listings just become listings. Make sure that it becomes a part of how you're going to get future business, because you want to get the virtual tours put into your own YouTube account. So long-winded discussion to say, it says find the property whose virtual tour you want posted on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to agent marketing, and the property that I want, I think, is on page 2, is it?
No,
Top one, 1627 Hazelwood. Okay, cool. So I found the one that I want. Now let's, by the way, just so you guys have an idea of what does the property website look like. And I'm going to do a couple things for Stuart right here. I'm going to take the music off. So what we're going to do here is a couple things we're going to do. We want the music to only play. Here's the music. We only want the music to play on the virtual tour. The second thing that we're going to want to do is I'm going to edit. I'm going to go to a really cool layout. I've been using layout 2 and for many years, and now agent marketing has gone up to number 17. I love 17 for a lot of different reasons. So I'm going to go over here to website. There it is. I want to pick 17, and it says select a color. I'll use blue, because more people stay on blue sites. They stay longer on blue sites. Okay, so now it's been saved. And another reason that I like 17 is because I do a lot of posting in Facebook and other places, and sometimes I want people to see something. This layout 17 allows me to put a landing page in front of it. So if somebody wants to see my property website, I can ask them for their name, their email, and their phone number before I let them through to see the actual property website. It's an option that's given to us. Not that I'm going to set it up that way right now, but let's hit save. And then let's go back here to your property that we're talking about, and let's play it and see what 17 looks like. Maybe I didn't hit save on the music. No, it's me.
I've been meaning to do that.
Let's go to music. I did say virtual tour, but I forgot to go hit what's called the save button. Okay, now if I go back to this list, silence. You don't want music, again, people open up websites at work, wherever. The last thing you want to do is have music and the boss looking over and go, what are you doing? You're supposed to be working on the general ledger today, and you're playing music in your office. So anyway, I kind of like this layout. It's very cool. It's very robust. It comes with a photo gallery.
I apologize in advance. I've got professional photos coming, so that they're not very good right now.
Okay. He's got a virtual tour with music. He's got a property map that allows people to not only see where it is, but they can actually get a map quest. They put their phone number down here, They hit send, it sends to their cell phone a MapQuest how to get to this house. In the meantime, you as realtors are going to get an email and a text saying somebody just texted for directions to your listing. It comes with an aerial view, which I think is kind of cool. You can fly around as if you're in a helicopter. This is kind of cool. It shows where the house is located. All you do is left click and you can kind of drag and look around the neighborhood, fly around, see if the neighbor has chickens in his backyard, or they got rusty trucks or cars, or is it a cool residential neighborhood? It also has what's called a street view, where you can drive around as if you're in a virtual car. I am not going to drive in the virtual car right now, but what I do is I typically grab the compass here and I at least rotate and I look around the neighborhood and I go, looks like a pretty cool residential neighborhood. I don't see a chicken coop and I don't see rusty junk cars and stuff. So it looks like a pretty cool neighborhood. It also comes with payment information, which again is going to be 30-year fixed, 15-year fixed. Comes with more information. They can find out more. Let's say that they saw Stuart's photos and he only showed the first floor and the second floor. They said, does this come with a basement? Well, how tall are the ceilings? Is it a full or partial finished or unfinished basement? They can give name and all that. They can put their message in here and they can hit send and it goes right directly to the agent. They can also request a showing. They can say, I'd like to have a showing on Saturday at 9 o'clock, and they can send that to the realtor. They can also say, this isn't the property for me, but I would like more information on other properties. So again, kind of some cool information that they can get. Last but not least, you as realtors have 9 different brochures that the system has created for you. You pick one of the 9, and then people will see that brochure when they click on brochure. So when I click on brochure, this is the one that Stuart has chosen, which is kind of, it's a beautiful brochure in my opinion, but there's 8 others. So it's like pick an artwork. If you guys think that, this is the ugliest one that you've ever seen in your life, you go to layout 2, 3, 4, up to 9, and you can change the colors. If you don't like black, you like pink, you like yellow, you can change the color to whatever color you guys like. Okay, so this is just an overview for those that have never seen the system before. So it says your instructions said, find the property that you want your virtual tour. Go to your next page then on your instructions. It says click the media or camera button. It says then click video and YouTube tab and find the YouTube video generator. So let's go, it says let's do those 3 things. So let's go back over here to agent marketing, and it said, everybody see, it said look for the camera button. Everybody see the camera button in the upper left corner? So you're going to click the camera button, and again, feel free to write on these things. They're your instructions, so that when Glen's not here, you're going to go, what the heck did he say, and where did I find that button? So click the camera button, and when you click the camera button, it opens up to these 4 panes. And the instructions said go to video and YouTube. So here's video and YouTube. Click on it. And then it says there's 3 panes here, find the YouTube video generator, which is the 3rd pane over. Now, Mr. Stewart has been in the program for a while. So if you're brand new, you would not have a watch video button. If you see a watch video button, that means that agent marketing created a virtual tour and has already put it into his YouTube channel. For those of you that are brand new to the system, you see where it says reauthorize up there? Yours will not say reauthorize. Yours will say I have a YouTube channel. And it'll say click it to authorize us. In other words, agent marketing can't, just because you signed up with them, can't just put videos into your YouTube channel because they don't have your permission. It's your channel, not theirs. So they're waiting for you to click that button, and then you just answer a couple of quick questions and you will authorize them to put it in there. Then you'll have this reauthorize button. You'll never touch it unless one day you guys your Gmail account gets hacked and you have to open up a brand new Gmail account. Does everybody understand when you have a Gmail account, Gmail gives you have a YouTube account, you have a Google Plus account, you have all sorts of great Google products. But if you all of a sudden have to change your Gmail because somebody hacked your Gmail account, you're going to open up a brand new Gmail because it's free, right? So what you're going to do with that then is you'll have a brand new YouTube channel. So you would hit reauthorize and you would say, Google, this is where my new YouTube channel is, and you'd go there. So again, long-winded discussion to say, once you authorize it, you're probably never going to touch this button again. Cool. So then let's go back to our instructions. The instructions say, find the YouTube video generate and click the authorization button, which he's already done. And then you can wait until you see the watch video button appear. When we click the watch video button, what we're looking for is that it's not in the name of your company. And be careful of this too, because I've got a lot of top producers that are friends of mine out there, and they say, Glenn, I don't need this, putting it into my YouTube channel. My company does it for me. And I just, if they're a top producer, they're doing several good listings, right? So I ask them, I go, well, how many listings are you doing? Well, I'm doing 60, I'm doing 70. Okay, so your company's putting them into YouTube for you. By the way, do they have your ID and password? Because if they don't, they're putting it into Keller Williams' account. They're putting it into Remax's account. They're putting it into Inspire Realty's account. They're not putting it into your individual account. So you just did 70 transactions. There's 67 videos out there, and none of them are in your name. You missed an opportunity. My opinion is let the company keep doing what it's doing. They want to put it out there for you. By the way, they are putting it into their company account. They are not putting them into your account. But then you need to set it up where it's automatic. Create a property website, put it into your YouTube channel, and have 60, 70 videos working to brand you in the internet. So what we're going to do is once you have it set up where you've authorized agent marketing to put it into your channel, you'll get that watch video button. So let's go back here and let's just watch the video real quickly. This is what's been created. You're best in the business. It has the text message, the mobile application set up already. Again, I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what it is. And now what I want to do is I want to bring it to the attention of my seller that we've already put you out there into YouTube. The next class, we're going to show you how to take this YouTube video and make it number one, or I shouldn't say number one, it's going to be on the first page of a YouTube search. So again, as people search, they search in Pinterest, they search in YouTube, they search in Google, they search all over the place. They search in realtor.com, they search all over the place. What you want to do is when someone puts in, how many bedrooms is this? When someone says, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom home for sale in Plainfield, Illinois, you want this video to come up on page 1. So I don't know about you guys, I don't search beyond the first 5, 6, 7 results. That's what you want for all your listings. It's one thing to put it into YouTube. Great. You'll get little to no views. Because, again, even those top producers, when they finally show me, I said, because I said, well, what do you have in Naperville? What do you have for a listing that the company's doing for you? Well, I have a 4-bedroom home for sale, a couple of them in Naperville. So I go, I'm looking for a 4-bedroom home for sale in Naperville. I put that in the search box. None of them, their listings don't show up. And so that's because they haven't, they haven't done any SEO work on it. And so next class, we're going to show you the SEO work to get it on page 1. I go to some of my other agents, and all of a sudden we put in 4-bedroom home for sale in Naperville. Boom, boom, boom. Their videos are showing up. Because again, as a consumer, someone looking to buy a house, I'm always going to put my needs into the search box. I need a 4-bedroom. I need it in Naperville, because that's going to be either closest to my work or it's in a school district where I want my children to go to school. So again, these videos are being created. They're now being put into your channel, and now what we need to do is make them relevant that they're found. Okay? So here's what we're doing today. For your client, I usually at least go to the very beginning, beyond your advertisement. So let's just let it play for a little bit. So once I get to the house itself, this is the name of the website in YouTube, right? If you guys haven't downloaded Jing, this is free software. See this little yellow sunshine up there? It's called the Jing Project. And again, I want you guys to understand the Jing Project is screen capture software, and I'm just going to go to it real quickly. Do not download the Jing project onto your computer unless it's you see the very first one up there says TechSmith? TechSmith is the developer that maintains it to be virus free. As you move down here, there's other people like Softonic. I have no idea. Softonic might download viruses. They're giving you Jing through Softonic. This guy is info.hsls. He's giving you the Jing project. He might also be giving you a headache because you might be downloading viruses. My point is only download the Jing project through TechSmith. That'll be virus free. So we're going to use Jing to screen capture for our client here. So I'm going to go back over here to agent marketing, and we're here at, let's use Jing. The little yellow sunshine, the one to the left, is your capture command. It's upper left to lower right. I always get the icon of YouTube in there. I also want the client, my seller, to see the HTTPS, right? So they can go to that HTTP and see this live. So I'm going to go like this. Let go of it. I then capture it. I copy it. And I'm going to paste it onto a Word document. Do you remember the address of this property? Good. All right, so we're going to grab a blank sheet of paper in Word, and it's, you said 16 what? That's all I need. So we're going to say social postings. What I do is I highlight this, I make it bold, I center it, and I make it big. I then come down, I come back and I go, I need now everything to be left justified. I bring the font down to about 14, and I go, the very first one is going to be YouTube. And so I've already captured that with Jing, right? I said copy, so all I want to do now is paste. And so now I have, for my client, I have the URL up here. I have their house. They go, pretty cool, like that. And now just to make sure, this is kind of belt and suspenders, you can say, to view your virtual tour live, click this link. Okay, and so again, go back over here to your YouTube. This is the link right here. Copy it, go back over here to Word, and paste. One down, several to go. Then hit your return key until you get to page 2 of a Word document. This becomes 2.0. Turn the page in your instructions. What are we doing? What are we doing next? Craigslist. So if we look over here, it says what is being posted to Craigslist. Well, it says the complete property website. It allows us to post, agent marketing will give us up to 12 photos that we can post into Craigslist. So it says go to your properties tab, find the CL poster and click it, CL for Craigslist poster. The golden rule on all social media posting is open up the social media, then you can do the posting. Open up Craigslist, you can do the posting. Open up Facebook, you can do the posting. Open up Twitter, you can do the posting. Okay? So what is being, let's go to properties tab. So we come over here. It said, let's go back to our list. We click the properties tab. We know that we're doing Hazelwood. It then said, look for the CL posters. Everybody see the CL poster up here? Right next to properties, see CL poster, click the CL poster. Now, for those of you that have done expireds or FSBO with these classes here, they will not show up in here. They might be in your dashboard of properties, but only live properties that you've activated. FSBO properties in agent marketing are not live. Expireds are not live. So they're not going to show up here in Craigslist because Craigslist, is going to put them out there in the public domain. You're not allowed to advertise somebody's property unless you have a listing agreement. So only live properties with listing agreements will show up here. So you're looking for, where is yours? Okay, so let's go back to your properties. We may need to activate this. Well, it says it's already active. Let's click proceed. You get the virtual tour in the property website for free. Go back to your page 2. Let's take a peek here.
There's a one. There it is. There's a one. Tip number 5.
Okay. Cool. Where is it? All right. Your instructions then say log into Craigslist. I'm going into my accounts today.
If you don't mind,
I don't mind. You would be logging into your Craigslist. I'm going to be logging into mine. So log in because you want to have that in there first.
I gotta keep a password sheet somewhere.
If you give me the email, I'll send you mine.
Cheat sheet? Password cheat sheet? Oh, yeah. I got so many passwords, my mind is just like.
Exactly.
Well, if you guys want, I know there's a service called LastPass that I use. LastPass, I keep all my passwords in LastPass.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've logged into Craigslist. It's now running in background. So the next thing we're going to do on the instructions, it says find the property website you want posted. We finally found it. It was at the very bottom there. It says click the all button on the far right hand side to post the URL, the text number, and your phone number. So if you go back over here to agent marketing, we're down here. Do you see where these buttons are? URL, the text, or the phone number. I have no idea why they gave it to us as developers. Why would anybody just want just the URL but not the phone number? Why would you only want the text number? And by the way, when I say text, that's the mobile application. When you put these things on your listings on SignWriters, when people can text for more information and it downloads into the cell phone, it's a pretty powerful message. But again, why would you only want the text or the mobile application? And why would you just want your phone? You want all of them. So the instructions say click all, and then you're going to click proceed. And there it is. With that, it gives you 2 panes. The left side, if you notice up here, says agent marketing. I call it your cheat sheet. Agent marketing has all your pictures, has your bedrooms or bathrooms, all the data. On the right-hand side is Craigslist. And so Craigslist is waiting for all this data to be transferred over to it. So cheat sheet on the left, Craigslist on the right. So the first thing I do is, what city are we in? Well, we're not in Aberdeen. Maybe we'd like to be, but we're not in Aberdeen. So I'm going to look for Chicago. And it doesn't have every city in the United States. It has major cities, and then it's going to break down. Once you click on Chicago, it'll break down as a north, south, east, west. So you click Chicago, hit continue. It comes back, where is this? Is this, should we say West Chicagoland?
I would say.
Then Craigslist is asking, is it's housing being offered, right? Not wanted, but it's housing being offered by you guys for sale. So click housing offered. And it's not real estate by owner, it's real estate by broker, right? With that, you say, I will abide by these guidelines, which means you won't discriminate, against guys with gray hair and short Italian guys. So with that, you move on. And now you've got your two cheat sheets. You got posting title on the left, on the right, you got posting title over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these guys so they're kind of like side by side. So there's two ways you can move the data from agent marketing over to Craigslist. You can do what's called drag and drop. So on the first one, if I just left click, it highlights the posting title. If I left click and hold my left click down, I can drag it over and drop it. The easier way that most everybody knows is copy paste. So again, it says specific location they want. Well, here's specific location. Highlight Plainfield. Why don't we copy it? Come back over here and paste. Postal code. I can either copy and paste or just type it in. 60586 it says. Okay. Posting body. Does anybody know that what you're seeing, some of this is what they call HTML code? I'm not a computer programmer. I have no idea what it really says. All I care about is copying it over because it wants the posting body here. I look at the very beginning. It says caret B caret. And the very bottom of it says equal housing opportunity. So I'm just going to be looking to make sure I capture it all. So if I left click, it highlights the whole thing. You can copy it. You can come over here to the posting body and paste. And it says equal housing opportunity at the bottom, and it says caret B caret at the beginning. I got it all. Next, posting details, the price. Wasn't the price right over here, 200,000? So just grab it, bring it over. What's the square footage? You can put, well, you don't have it in there, so we don't have a square footage. Number, is it an apartment? Is it a condo?
It's a townhouse.
Townhouse. Cool.
It's like 40 minutes.
Laundry. Is there a washer and dryer in the unit or hookups? Parking. Is it attached, detached, street? Attached. Is how many bedrooms? It says right over here, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. So go to 3, go to 2.5 baths. If it was furnished, which very few are, but if anytime you're selling something that's furnished within Craigslist, you can click any of these. It's available starting today, right? Today is the 9th. If you're doing an open house, and by the way, very good editorial comment here. When you guys post in social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, again, the class takes longer because I talk a lot. But when you guys are doing this without talk, you'll get done with this like in 20 minutes once you know what you're doing. You're going to do this. There's various chapters whenever you guys have a listing. Chapter number 1, once upon a time, I just listed a property. So you're going to put it out there in social media, just listed. Second chapter is once upon a time, I had an open house. And you're going to click open house and you'll fill in these open house dates here. Chapter number 3, which again, you'll go back around to all of your social media. Chapter number 3 is once upon a time, I had a price reduction. Chapter number 4 would be go out to all social media and let them know once upon a time, I just sold the property. So again, those are the minimum 4 chapters that you should be doing. We're only doing 1 chapter today, and that is to just list it. Okay, you're licensed or unlicensed? Well, you guys are licensed, and your licensing is in Illinois. It says contact information. Well, we happen to be in Glen Marino. Here's when Craigslist says they'll put a email relay. What they're doing is they're saying that your email, they're going to mask it. They don't want you to get a bunch of spam. But you can say, you know what, I'm fine. See option number 2, show my real email address in Craigslist. You can do that. Just be prepared that you might get a few extra pieces of email that you didn't think you were going to get. Because now it's out there for the public. And then you don't want any replies, well, then why are you doing an ad if you don't want any replies? By phone and by text, you want people to contact you. What's your phone number with area code? 1670. And the contact name is going to be Stuart Finley. be your name. And the street, you see down here where it says street? Okay, there's Hazelwood, bring it over. C number 2 says you should leave it blank. I'm very good at following directions. Just ask my wife. She'll say he doesn't listen to me. Then city is Plainfield. And again, I would not check this box where it says it's okay for others to contact you. You click that, you will get a whole bunch of mail. So again, if you're feeling lonely and you want to hit a few more pieces of in your inbox, click that button and you'll get lots of spammy email. So hit continue. And again, your instructions say hit continue. If you guys wouldn't mind in there, hit continue twice. There's 2 continue buttons. So here's where I am in the instructions. If you go over here to your PowerPoint, it says 2 screens pop up, copy the data from one screen to the other. It says when you're finished, it says click continue. Say click continue twice. So I'm going to come back over here to your 2 screens. And I'm going to hit continue once. Creates a really cool looking map. And I'm going to hit continue twice. Another one. Now, we're at the point where it allows us to add images. If we're going to use Agent Marketing's images, it's only going to give us 12. You guys have an advantage over me because I'm not a realtor and it's not my listing, but if it's your listing, you might have had a professional photographer. They might have given you a memory stick. They might have sent you an email with a link, and you guys can. So my point is, all you'd have to do is click Add Images. When you click Add Images, it opens up your computer. If you have these somewhere on your computer on the C drive or on a memory stick, you can go right to this. If you don't have it on your computer, then it says in your instructions, click the blue Create Image link. So down here on the left side, I'm going to click Create Images. So here, Stuart, again, this is like picking artwork. The very first picture is your featured image. And you got 2 choices. Do you like the one over here where it's kind of framed and it says offer for $200,000 with the bedrooms and bath? Or do you like it with your logo and this? So it's left side, right side. Which one do you like? So it says here, if you like it, you right mouse click one of the images and you save it to your computer. Again, follow the instructions. So we right click it. You're going to save the image as. And my images, I hopefully will go to my desktop. You see up here, it goes to my desktop. And the name of it, I kind of like what Agent Marketing does. I think the name of the image is pretty good. It says new, N-E-W. It says CL, Craigslist. It says image, kind of like that. And then it says Hazelwood Drive. Okay, that helps me understand it's Hazelwood. I don't think I need to change it. So all I'm going to do is hit save. So now I've got the very first picture. Notice there's 12 down here in the tray. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to picture number 2. Then it says you can upload the rest of these images doing the same thing. I right click. I save the image as. It's going to my desktop. Except I don't want these numbers. I'm going to call it. If I start to type in the word NEW, it brings up, says, hey, there's Hazelwood, except that I do want to change Hazelwood just slightly to say that this is picture number 2, and hit save. I'm going to go to picture number 3. I'm going to right click, save the image as, and I'm going to start typing the word new, and I'm going to say Hazelwood 2, I want you to become Hazelwood 3, and save. I'm going to go to picture 4, right click, I'm going to save the image as. I'm going to type in the word new. I'm going to go to Hazelwood 3, and I'm going to change it to Hazelwood 4, and hit save. I'll probably go through 6 pictures because I'm not going to do all of them. So I'll go to 5, right click, save the image as, and I'll say NEW. I'll say Hazelwood 4, I want you to become 5, and hit save. Last but not least, let's take another here. There's a kitchen one. Let's take the kitchen, save the image as, call it new, and 5, actually I took picture 8, so I'll just call this number 8. Okay, you guys get the idea. Save all 12 of them when it's your listing. And with that, I now have transferred them onto my computer, which again, you guys would have it on your C drive or a memory stick. With that, I'll get this out of the way. I really don't need this up right now, but I do, whenever you move off of Craigslist, they go down here in the tray. I call this the tray down here. So I'm gonna bring up my 2 cheat sheets. I now can do what you guys could do. Now, if you guys had it on the C drive or a memory stick, you're just gonna click the Add Images button. With that, it says, okay, where are the images? And you guys would direct it to your C drive or wherever it is. Mine is on the desktop, so I'm gonna go Desktop, it's open. And I'm looking for, remember we named them new NEW, so I'm looking for, I gotta go, this is alphabetical, so I'm gonna come down here to the ends. And there we have new image. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. I'm sorry, that's Astor Court. Let me go back here.
Some of them are there. The third one down on the left.
Astor, Elder.
That one.
So we're gonna use my control key. That's 1.
That's one.
There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. There's 8. Those are the ones that we uploaded. Cool? With that, hit open. With that, Craigslist starts to put them out there on your ad. Notice that was the featured one with your company's logo. Yeah, let's say for sake of discussion, you go, you know what? I want them to see the kitchen right away. I don't really want this hallway picture. Any of these pictures, the mouse is omit, just left click and drag it. So I'm just moving it for sake of just showing you guys. You can move any of your pictures around within Craigslist. Once you're done with the images, it has a Done with the Images button for you. So click Done with Images. This now becomes an unpublished draft. So what we want to do here is I'm going to try to crop it. This looks kind of cool. I kind of like it. I just want to get this guy out of my way so I don't crop it with that in there. So again, this is what I want to show to my client. I want to show my client that they're in Craigslist, and I want to bring up I want to give them the HTTPS. So grab Jing again, grab your crosshairs, upper left to lower right. So again, you can go all the way up here, grab the Craigslist logo to lower right. Kind of looks cool. Got a map. Each one of these pictures, you know, they can look at any and all the pictures you've got in there. It says text Hazel to 79564. That's your mobile app. It gives them the name of the website, and it even gives them, for more information, call Stuart and your phone number. So with that, you're going to hit capture. You're going to go then to copy. You're going to go back to your Word document. Your Word document is Craigslist, and you're going to paste. And now your client can actually go to that site, that HTTPS, and they can actually see this live. Now remember, we did that before we made it was unpublished. We got to go back to Craigslist and we got to publish it. So once again, this is where we are in Craigslist. It said publish here. There's also should be a publish button down here. So either one's going to be fine. Whoop. Go up here to your publish. You may or may not get what I get. I'm in Craigslist more often maybe than you are, so I go all the way through. If you're an infrequent user, you're going to get a message that says, we've just sent you an email for you to verify that you just posted in Craigslist. It's like, go to your inbox and click the verification button. Do that, then it will post for you. Mine skips that process. But what I like about this, do you see here? It says view your post at, I think I'm going to give this to my client. So here's the link. I'm going to copy this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here to my Word document. and I'm going to say, if I paste it, it already says to view. Well, no, let me go back for a quick second. It says everything I want. View your post. Copy it. Go back over here to our Word document and paste. So now, again, by the way, I'm going to be sending this 8-page document out to everybody after class. So you guys all have this as the sample. So you're going to see that you can put the link in there. So again, clients like to see it, feel it, touch it. They can just click on that link because this is going to be in an attachment to your email. When they open it up, that link will be live. Okay? So scroll down. Let's go to turn the page on your instructions. What's the next one that we're doing? Facebook, LinkedIn. Let's do Facebook first. Okay. On your instructions, it says, we're down here. It says, to finish off Craigslist, it says, click the publish button. We did. Go to your email and verify that you want Craigslist to post this ad. We talked about that. Facebook. What's being posted to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn? Well, it's the complete property website. There's going to be a thumbnail picture of the front of the house, a description of the property, and a link. Again, you're not just putting an image. It's going to be, if somebody clicks on that in Facebook, it's going to take them to the complete property website with photo gallery, virtual tour, what's nearby in the neighborhood, brochures, etc. So it says go to your properties tab and find the property you want posted in Facebook and click the tools button. Under every property on your dashboard, to the left is the edit button, to the right is tools. There's edit and tools, edit and tools, edit and tools. This is saying we're going to go to tools. So let's go to our property here. It said go to properties. It says find the property you want. Well, I want the one on Hazelwood Drive. It said click the tools button. See, I said the left is edit, to the right is tools. So it says click tools. It says then scroll down, go to the next page in your instructions. Turn the page. It says then scroll down to website links and sharing. Website links and sharing is almost down to the bottom of tools. Think of tools as being a table of contents of all the things you can do with the system. But like second from the bottom here, it says website links and sharing. Click it. It then says in your instructions, scroll down to social networking. Here's social networking. It also says do not, I mean, they say it differently than I do. They say log into the appropriate website before clicking the link below. Well, some very fast realtors don't read that and they just click Facebook. I'm saying it says log into your Facebook first before you click any of these buttons. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Facebook. And we're in Glen's account, your account. Okay, cool. Let's get rid of some things. I don't need YouTube opened anymore, right? We're done there. I don't need Craigslist. We're done with Craigslist, right? Okay, so we're in Facebook. By the way, we're going to be posting in Facebook on the personal side. We're going to be posting in your business page, both of them. There's no reason not to. We're trying to sell things. So let everybody know. So then go back, and all I need is Facebook running in background. So go back to your instructions. Your instructions then say log into Facebook. It says copy the description and agent marketing of the property that you want, and then click the Facebook link. Okay, what does that mean? That means as we go over here, we're at social networking. This says, in case you need a description, copy this. The instructions say copy a description. It's sitting right there. So copy the description. It then says, then you can click the Facebook link. So click Facebook. Get this out of your way. So, nice picture. Say something. It says, in your instructions, it says, now paste the description here. It also says, turn the page, I think is where you need to go now. It also says in your instructions that you need to put your name, you need to put a tagline in front of this. Because what do we do in Facebook? If we like something, we share it, don't we? And we share it with our friends. And for example, I have realtors that call me up and say, hey, Glenn, I just listed a property. Would you mind sharing it? Because you got 3,000 friends. Would you mind sharing it with your friends? I have no problem with that. But if you guys don't put in front of the description that this is a listing offered by Stuart Finley of Inspire Realty, if it has just the description that we see there today, if I share it and send it out, it's coming from Glen Marino. Doesn't it look like Glen Marino is offering this townhouse? And obviously when Main Street Organization of Realtors or whoever organization you're with sees that and they audit it and they say, well, Glen's not a realtor. Whose listing really is this? It's Stuart Finley. They call you up, they send you a letter, they might fine you, but they're going to say, come in, you need to take a class on how to properly post in social media. You must put in your name and your company's name. And so is this and then my instructions say, and put in front of it, is it just listed? Remember your couple of chapters? Is it a just listed? Is it an open house? Is it a price reduction? What do you have going on here?
Recently listed.
That's fine. Why don't we say recently listed? That'd be good. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go recently listed.
Actually, right now, the owner just had a baby, so it's like temporarily no showing. So it's not really off market, but it's temporarily no showing.
Okay, so this is what it reads. Recently listed by Stuart Finley of Inspire Realty Partners. Now when it gets shared, Stuart's name and Inspire Realty goes with it throughout the internet. No one can say boo to you guys, no one can say boo to me. So with that, what do your instructions say to do next? Click the post to Facebook button. Okay, so click the post to Facebook button down here in the lower right corner. With that, go back to your Facebook, and what you're going to do is you're going to refresh the page. And now all of a sudden, here's the posting. What's so cool about it is that notice when we put the mouse on the picture, it's got a little finger, which means it's linked. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get curious as to what's behind the link sometimes, so I click it. So what you do is, or you could have even put into the post here, you could say, click the image below to see the full property website. So again, let's just say you wanted to do that. So see with these three buttons here, see where it says edit the post? So come over here and you can say, make it in a different, upper click the image below to see the full.
I'm just curious, do people read that long or do they take the time to read that long?
You're,
Attention span is shit.
it is, and you could shorten this up to say, recently listed, you've got to get your name and your company in there, and you can say it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, whatever it is.
If you wanted to take all that description, because it's on the website,
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you can shorten up, fully finished. If there was something, for example, I know in some of the communities, school districts are important. So, if you wanted to say the bedrooms, the bathrooms, and that it's in school district, say 204. Okay, you've hit the highlight buzzwords. So you could come back here and take out the 2-car garage and all that.
So if it's not listing and I'm putting it on my page,
You do.
the description part?
You do, because if I share it, it's going to go out as Glen Marino is sharing it, and you have to stay with it. So even though it's on your Facebook, it's if I go to your Facebook or a friend of yours goes to Facebook and shares it, you want to make sure that it goes with your name out there. Oh yeah, it can be anywhere. I agree. It doesn't have to be at the very beginning. It could be at the end. Click the image below to see the full property website. You could leave it like that. And with that, just hit save. And now you've got a much shorter description. Now, remember this, in Facebook, if they were to click the website below, this is where it's going to go. And now they get, they get the virtual tour, the photo gallery, they get the payment information, find out more, area schools, all sorts of cool stuff, right? All right, with this, what do we want to do? We want to get this into our client's hands. So what we're going to do here is let's, again, block this. I keep moving this guy to get him out of my way. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. The question was, would you want to put some hashtags toward the end here? Absolutely, you can. Because again, that's only going to help you if somebody puts into the search box, I'm looking for Naperville condos or Naperville townhomes. So again, what, if you wanted to, like what's being said here, I'm going to do it for you, Stuart, where we edit the post again. You come over here at the end and you can go hashtag. You're already in there though. You got your. Okay. Plainfield townhome. And I'll just do one of them. And with that, hit save. And so now you got a little hashtag. If somebody puts into the search box they're looking for Plainfield townhomes, your Facebook post will pop up. Kind of cool. So with this, we want to be able to express to our customer, the seller, this is what we did. So you go again to Jing, you hit the crosshairs, the capture, it's upper left, lower right. So what you can do is, I like capturing Facebook over here. No, I don't need that. With that, you're going to hit the capture button. You're going to hit copy, because Word is a copy paste machine. Go back over here to Word, and we're going to paste. Very cool. Now, scroll down. Again, your client, again, it wouldn't say Glen Marino. It would have your name. They would know to go to your Facebook, and they'd be able to see what you've posted for them about their house. You probably can even talk to them about clicking the share button, and the client can share it now to their friends and family, right? Now you have a tool for them to share it. Kind of cool. All right, let's go down. Turn the page. What's the next one in your instructions? Is it Twitter? No, I think it's LinkedIn. Well, at the end it says repeat for LinkedIn and Twitter. So we're going to do LinkedIn. All right, so again, what do we know about social media? What do we have to do first? Log in. So let's go back over here. I don't need my Craigslist posters up. So what I'm going to do is log into LinkedIn. By the way, just a quickie side note, Facebook-wise, I have over 8,000 tweets in Twitter. I have never tweeted in my life. I do post in Facebook, but my Facebook, everything that I put in Facebook, Facebook automatically tweets it for me into Twitter. So if you guys want to get even more social exposure for the same amount of time you spend on Facebook, all you guys have to do is go to Google and say, how to sync my Facebook post to Twitter. There it is. It's like 5 steps. So I'm not gonna go through it with you right now, but it's 5 steps. So real easy. I get retweets. Yeah, I do. I get responses, or somebody, for example, a lot of one percenters or $10,000 worth. I show a big bundle of $10,000, and people will tweet back, contact me. That's kind of cool. But yeah, periodically I get more retweets where somebody likes it and they retweet it out to their contacts. It's kind of interesting. Um, Going back to, no, that was just an FYI. So going to here, I logged into LinkedIn. Okay. With LinkedIn, I just want to run in background. We said in our instructions, we said we wanted to go to our property. So we're going over here to our property at Hazelwood. We said go to tools. We said go down here to website links and sharing. We said then go to social networking. We said open up LinkedIn beforehand, which we did. It says copy the description, which we just did. It says now you can click LinkedIn. LinkedIn has changed a little bit. It used to show, just like it used to show you a place where you could put a description in there. Well, now it's down here. It says share in a post. So you click share in a post, and it opens up. Now it's saying I'm going to share this publicly. Don't make yours private. Always make them public. You want the world to know about your listings. Start writing or saying something about this. So paste in your description. Once again, we have to put in you, because again, these are all able to be shared. So you're going to say, recently listed by Stuart Finley of Spire Realty Partners. Okay. And with that, all you need to do then is hit post. Hey, post was successful. Yesterday, LinkedIn was having a problem with its server, so it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. Well, let's go view the post. Ha! It's not you, it's us. Yes, it is. I agree. Okay, let's do it. Let me see if I've got, here's LinkedIn over here. Let's see if it made it all the way through. Bless you. If I go to find your, LinkedIn's a little, LinkedIn's a little different, but in Facebook, you got your desktop feeds, then you got your own personal posts under your name. You finally find them here in LinkedIn when you click on the Me button. You click Me. It used to be under View Profile. Now they've expanded it to where you see where it says Posts and Activity, so you can see your posts. And they're still having their problem because it should be right here. If I go to Posts, it should be the very first one. And they're having a problem still with LinkedIn. So I'll leave it open. We'll see if they solve it. But as I said, it's not you, it's LinkedIn, and we'll wait for LinkedIn to solve its problem. Let's move on to the next one. Turn the page. Oh, we got to go to Twitter's. Again, you can turn the page unless it says, does it say there that there's a limitation of 140 characters? Yeah.
Oh,
Cross out the 140. They've increased it to 280 characters now on Twitter. So here's what we're going to do. What do we have to do when we go to social media? We need to open up our social media first. So I'm going to go to Twitter.
You know, there's actually something that I use called Buffer will allow you to basically take all of your links that you're putting, for your listing and put them, all in on one particular swoop. So it kind of saves you a little bit of time on that too.
Oh, absolutely.
It's called buffer.com.
who uses it with Q? Is that Q U? Where they'll post it automatically?
Yeah, I'm not
few in Buffalo we can use together. And I'm still learning that. I'm a Neanderthal with this technology. I can't get it to stick in my head.
Oh, come on.
Is this the right site for the Gene that you're using, the texting?
Yep.
Just there?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Little sun,
Yeah.
it looks like a little sun, and you can move it around
Yeah.
whichever way. Well, what a great program that is. I use it all the time.
That's awesome.
Finally. All right, here, look at the statistics up here. I have 8,149 tweets. I have never tweeted in my life.
Those are
That's from my Facebook.
Yeah.
Strictly from my Facebook. And in the meantime, I have 508 followers. It's kind of cool because I'm always, every day, I mean, there's always a tweet going out by me. So, I mean, people are following it. And yeah, I get retweets and all that great stuff. So again, you're branding yourself as being, well, here's, again, there's a whole class that I go through on Facebook. Today's not the day. But what I do, and you'll see I'm repetitious. Every Monday, I put in something in Facebook about how to buy a home for 1%. Every Tuesday, I put into Facebook that if I gave you $10,000 today, would you buy a house tomorrow? Every Wednesday, I go, would you like to know what your home is worth? You know, every Thursday, I talk about the homes for Star Stripes and Service. Every day, but I repeat that every week because it's like watching a football game. The beer is real. In the first quarter, I see a beer commercial and it's cold. I see the same commercial in the second quarter and it's colder. In the third quarter, I see it again. And by the fourth quarter, I want to go get a six-pack. So, I mean, what I'm saying to you is you need to, these are commercials. It's not one and done. I was in, okay, I'm done posting in Facebook. You need to brand, what is your message? What are you trying? I mean, you can still do, I mean, I still do, I went out for dinner here and I had this sushi here. And, you know, my kids are playing soccer here. I put all that in there. And you need to do that. You can't be just all business in there. But you do need to make sure that people know that, you know, when I meet people, they go, oh, I've seen your posts. You know, you're always telling people how to buy a house for 1%. Yeah, that's what I want them to know. Yeah, I can do that. Call me. That's what I want them to know about you guys. Okay.
You're the 1% guy.
I'm the 1% guy. All right. So again, we're doing the same thing for Twitter. I got Twitter opened up in background. I then, I need to come down here to social networking. I'm going to copy the description. I'm going to then click the posting link, Twitter. Twitter defaults to just listed. The reason it's in blue, it means we can edit it. So I don't want it just listed. Thank you. I want to say recently listed. And that's where I'm going to put in here my Stuart Finley with Spire Realty Partners. And then what I can do, you know, you notice it has the name of the website, but after this, I can then paste in the description and it's going to be way too big. And the reason I'll know that is if I try to go to tweet this, you see how the tweet button went light blue instead of dark blue? It's saying you got too many characters. That's where you'll find it's only 280 characters. So you just start taking out until that button goes blue. Townhouse and cul-de-sac, easy access to interstate, 2-car garage, full finished basement remodeled. See if this does it for us. There it is. See the tweet button went dark blue. So we got all that we're going to put in there. all people really care about is they're going to click that link in Twitter. They're used to just a brief description and a link. With that, click tweet. With that, go back to your Twitter, refresh the page. In all Twitter posts, at least mine, the image takes longer. It'll be there, in a couple hours. But for right now, this is the tweet. Again, you notice every one of these, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, they all have a link. They all have the mouse's little finger. It's all linked to your full property website. People are not looking at static images. They're not just looking at the front of the house. In all of your social posts, they're going to a very interactive property website. So with this, we want to let the customer know what we did in Twitter. So you're going to, again, grab Jing. You're going to come up here, grab the URL, grab your Twitter post, copy it, capture it, copy it, go over here to your Word document. We'll leave LinkedIn alone for a second in the hopes that they fix themselves. So this would be Twitter. And let's paste it, and our client now sees what we physically did in Twitter. Kind of cool. Number 6, turn the page. What are we doing after Twitter? Google Plus. Again, do you have to hang out in all these places socially? No, you don't have the time. But there's buyers out there in all of these places. I like Facebook and Twitter. Somebody else might like LinkedIn. Somebody else might like Google Plus. Just depends on your preferences. We're selling things, so we're going to put it into all the major social sites. Okay, so Google Plus, what's it? If we read the instructions, it's basically going to say play your property website. Look for the G plus button at the bottom of the website. So what it means by that, let's go over here and give you an example. Your instructions talk about, and again, let's close up what we don't need. We don't need Twitter. We don't need Twitter. I'll leave LinkedIn alone. We don't need Facebook right now. I'll leave LinkedIn alone. So God bless you. So it's saying go to your list of properties. Here's Hazelwood, the one we're working on, and it says play the website. It then says scroll down and look for the G plus button. Does everybody see the G plus down here? And by the way, I know I've been taking you the long way through Facebook and through Twitter, but if you want, these are some shortcuts. I wanted to first show you the long way of doing it, but you can also come down to the bottom of your property website, hit F for Facebook, just have your Facebook, again, still the same laws apply. Have Facebook running in your background. If you click that, it'll open up the posting tool to Facebook. You want to go to Twitter, have Twitter running in background, click that, boom, you're into the posting tool. Here, I already have, well, I can't, as long as you have your Gmail open, you have access to YouTube, Google Plus, and that. So I have Gmail open. Before we go any further, let's go to, see this little checkerboard square up here in Gmail? That little checkerboard shows you all the apps that you get. You get YouTube, you get Gmail, Google News, Google Drive, Google Play, Calendar. I use all this. By the way, for photos, I love it. I have unlimited storage of photos. I have photos going back 10 years in photos. So it's really cool. So if you're looking for a storage space that's inexpensive, I think I did upgrade my storage. I think I paid $1.99 a month to Google for this ginormous, I think I have 50 gigabytes. It's huge. So anyway, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for Google Plus. See Google Plus here? So let's open up Glen's Google Plus. Okay, cool. So it's open. Then what I'm going to do is going to come back over here. You said play the website. You said click on, well, I know it's going to ask for the description. All these have always asked for a description to be posted. So let's grab the description. Let's copy it. Let's go to Google Plus. And the Google Plus posting tool says, beautiful, nice little picture. It says, so what's new? So I'm going to paste the description. There is a limit here. And again, I don't recall, I think it's like 350 characters. So if all of a sudden you can't post, it'll tell you your description's too long. You'll change it. With this, you click post. Nope. Because again, it can be shared. So what I'm going to do is recently listed by Stuart Finley, Rockstar Agent with Inspire Realty Partners. Great. And with that, now I'm going to hit post. Okay, let's go back over here to my Google Plus account, refresh it. There's the post. Kind of cool. I can, if you hit this, it should just separate out as its own posting. So if I click this, which, because again, I didn't want nothing against all these others, but I don't want to confuse my client and put those postings in there. So again, I want notifications right now, but I do want to see the HTTPS so I can go have my client go directly to this to see it live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab Jing, click the crosshairs, go grab Google Plus with the URL. Grab it, release it, capture it, copy it, go back over to your Word document and paste it. Very cool. What's your next one? Turn the page. What's our next social media site? Is it Pinterest?
Yes.
I was amazed yesterday. We're looking at Pinterest and somebody said, who uses Pinterest? And then all of a sudden we looked up the number of hits and the number of searches, and it was some astronomical number of searches that people do within Pinterest. And so again, you may not personally hang out there, but what you want to do, Pinterest is like having cork boards. I grew up in a family of 6 kids. The only way mom could organize this, I had baseball practice and Steve had, soccer, and, Joe had something else, football. And we all had chores to do. Somebody had to, sweep this and clean that. And so we had our assignments, and mom kept us organized by cork boards. That's a lot of what Pinterest is. You're going to put, and again, got to remember, when somebody goes into Pinterest, if they search homes for sale, Pinterest is global. They're going to get homes for sale in New York, California, Texas, and then the light, well, that's not what I want. I want a home in Naperville or in Orland Park. And so what they're going to do is eventually they go, oh, I'm looking for homes for sale in Orland Park, homes for sale in Naperville. That's the name of your board. It's just like, when we created these property websites, we put the number of bedrooms and we put the city and state. We want to do the very same thing. So you'll see that in a second when we create this board. So let's leave, it said, just like any other social media site, let's go over here to Pinterest. What's the first thing we have to do? Log in. So go to Pinterest.com. And it already has me logged in. You see my picture up there. There's Glenn. So I'm in Pinterest. Great. I just need it going in background. It's the same way we did Google Plus. The instructions say play your property website. Okay, so this is the property website, correct? This is layout 17. Remember we scrolled down here, remember here was Facebook, Twitter, that's Google Plus. I'll bet that P stands for Pinterest. So if we click the P for Pinterest, it's going to open up and say, which one do you want to, are you looking to save? I want to save this one. It's saving an image that's going to get hyperlinked to the property website. I would like to do that one, but you know, then you'd
I
have,
gotta put a suit and tie on. I'm gonna do that.
yeah,
I
yes
was
you do.
committed to do that before the end of the year.
So we're going to click on this. That's the one that says choose a pin. So we're going to choose that pin. When it comes back, it's going to say, where do you want to pin it? Which corkboard do you want to put this on? And so I'm going to say, I would like it to, this is Plainfield, right? So I'm going to look, do I already have a board? If I don't, do you see this bottom one? It says create a board. So again, if it's your first time in Pinterest, you'll not have any boards. And you'll just hit create a board and you'll name the board Homes for Sale in Plainfield, Home for Sale in Orland Park. I might have one in Plainfield already. Homes for Sale in Plainfield. So I'm going to click on this. Otherwise, I would have clicked create a board. It says it's saved to Homes for Sale in Plainfield. See it now. Yeah, I'd like to see it. Okay, kind of cool. Do you see where it's got the name of the property website under here? So again, my customer, anybody who sees this, if my board comes up, if somebody does a search in Pinterest and says, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom home for sale in Plainfield, his board would come up and now they would say, oh, there's a property website. I can click on it and be taken there. Let's just see what else we got going here. Other pictures, similar results. Well, we don't want that. I can edit it. What is this going to give me? Report a pin, embed a pin. I don't want new ideas. I like my old ones. Select. Nope, I'm fine with this. All right. So again, you're going to end up with a pin here. I can't do this. Let me click on the picture. Give you guys an idea. It will then take it to your full property website. And that's the important thing. So with that, again, go back here. We want our client to know that they're now in Pinterest. So again, grab Jing, here's your Pinterest logo. There's your Pinterest URL, HTTPS. Grab this. You're going to capture it. You're going to copy it. You're going to paste it onto your Word document. Very cool. Last but not least, what's the next one? And then we're done. Instagram. Okay, let's follow the instructions. The instructions say, and again, if I can just get to them so I can see them. Okay, make sure you have Google Chrome installed, it says on your computer. Okay, step 2, it says open an incognito window in Google Chrome. That's these 3 little buttons in the upper right corner. So again, I'm going to come over here. There's my 3 little buttons. I'm going to get rid of some of the things that I don't need open. By the way, once you install Jing, you can move Jing around wherever you want, just to get it out of the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up, I'm not going to open anything, I'm going to click on these 3 buttons here, and it says, you see where it says new incognito window, and that's what exactly, turn your page there, you want to be on where it says number 2. It says new incognito window.
Is that from the website?
Nope, this is we're strictly in Google Chrome.
Oh, okay.
It has nothing to do with, this has nothing to do with agent marketing, it has nothing to do with social media other than we're going to turn our desktop into a mobile app as if we're doing Instagram on an app. And so, new incognito window, it opens up to this. Turn the page in your instructions. What does your instructions say to do next?
Are you in Chrome?
Do you have a home page? You know, Click on it. There it is.
Oh,
That's going to be your three dots.
Okay, so the one incognito.
It depends on your version of Google Chrome. So, but that's the one. So you're in incognito. Then it says to do what? Then it says click the three buttons over here in your incognito window. And it says go to more tools. And then the next page, does it say then, you got your more tools, okay. And then it says it'll open up to another frame, and it doesn't say go to developer tools. So I'm going to click on developer tools. Okay, then what does it say to do? Click on the mobile icon. If it's not blue, mine's already blue. This is the mobile icon right up here. So you want that to be blue. That means it's active, it's on. Turn the page. What's next in your instructions? Okay, so log into your Instagram website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to Instagram.com. And now my desktop in essence is like my mobile phone. So what I'm going to do is now turn the page. Does it say to log into Instagram? Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to click log in. And I believe I know how to log in. And we're going to click login. Do I want it to save it? No, not now. Do I want it to turn on notifications? I get enough notifications. Not now. And there's Terry Jeffries. If anybody knows Terry, she's world famous in the real estate business. All right. So I'm here, and then it says you should be at the page where there's like ice skaters, and there should be click the green. There's a green box that says click the plus button. That's the button to add your post. Those are other people's posts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a post. Now it says pick an image. Turn the page. What does it say to do? Select a photo. Well, you could go on your desktop, you can go to pictures, you can go in a lot of different places. But didn't we, when we did Craigslist, didn't we have the front of his house? We saved it on the desktop. So why don't we go to new Craigslist, we'll also go to the ends, and here's Craigslist. And is that not your house? So let's click that. Now, to me, it's a little too big, but Instagram allows you to size your pictures. So that's what this little guy here is. I like it smaller. So that looks good. All right. Next, what does it say to do after number 10? What's instruction 11? I did click open, which brought me here. Filters are no longer, Instagram's not doing filters only because nobody was using them. So they took that character out. Yeah, cross it out. It's not going to be there. Click next. You see the next button is right up here in the upper right corner. So I'm going to click next. And then what does it say to do? Enter a description. Well, I copied the description, so I can just paste it in here, right? I didn't. So I'm going to leave this here for a second, and I'm going to go back over here to the full property website. I'm going to come down here. Here is your description. Copy it. I'm going to go back to my incognito one, and I'm going to paste. And there it is. Okay. What's it say next to do? Instruction 15. Yes. So let's modify this with recently listed by Stuart Finley of Spire Realty Partners. Cool. And now it says click share. It's sharing. That's cool.
I wonder how to get these on Instagram.
Yeah, you know, I've been to the class.
That's what I did. That's why I was like step by step by there's 15 pages of steps in here. But at the end, you've got a beautiful, you've got a beautiful post now on Instagram that, which people go to it all the time. I mean, the younger generation, uses this all the time. So again, now you want to show it to your client. So what are you going to do? Go grab Jing. Yep. So go over here. Again, you can either, I don't know, it is Instagram, it says up here. So I'm just going to grab this. Oh, here's something that's kind of cool. If you ever decide that you're screwing up on Jing, there's a little cancel button. Just get out of it. I just want to see what happens when I make it bigger.
The same perspective, just a bigger picture.
Bigger is better with clients. So I'm going to go over here, grab Jing. I just saw the side, I saw the buttons there, so I figured I'd play around with them and make it bigger. So with that, go grab this upper left, lower right. Capture it, copy it, go to your Word document, and paste. So my question, my wonderful realtor friends, if you were the client and you now received an email from the realtor, from Glen Marino, the realtor, who's not really a realtor, and it had Instagram, and it said, by the way, today, I posted your home into 8 of the busiest realty sites. Please take a look at the attachment. It gives your home great exposure in social media. And you showed me Instagram and Pinterest, and you showed me Google Plus, and you showed me in Twitter, and you showed me in Facebook, and you showed me in Craigslist, and you showed me in YouTube. What would be your reaction?
Wow.
I think you guys become referable. I think you guys, you said if you showed them that, you do these things for 5 weeks, get me into realty sites, 8 social sites. I mean, next week's classes, we're going to show you how to get that YouTube video on page 1. So it's always going to be up there on page 1 when people go in and say, I'm looking for a 4-bedroom home for sale in whatever city the listing's in. But I happen to think that if I will save this, I'll send it out to all you guys. It's also what you should be doing is, remember in the killer listing presentation, you're going through that 17-page flip book, and there's one of the 17 pages says, and I will post you into all the major social media sites. It's nice, the flip book has a picture of the icons of Facebook and Twitter, LinkedIn. They get the idea. Wouldn't it be nice if you had a copy of this, like 10 of them in your briefcase when you guys go out to clients, and you pulled one of them out and said, here's a copy of what I just did for one of my clients at 16725 Hazelwood. I'll do the same for you. To me, at a listing presentation, because remember that 17-page flip book, you can print, that's a PDF. You guys can print that 17 pages. You can leave behind this 8 pages. Next week's class is a 4-page printout of how you're going to put them on page 1 of YouTube by city, by zip code, by school district, and by area. In the city of Chicago, we have different areas like Bucktown, Wrigleyville. In the suburbs, we have different subdivision. So, I mean, yeah, we're going to show that we can get your home on page 1 4 different ways. So that'll be, and that should be in your briefcase, and that should come out because one of your flip book pages in that 17-page listing presentation flip book says, yeah, when you go on social postings, it goes, and I'm going to put you in YouTube. And then you can take out your briefcase and say, and I'm going to get you on page 1 of YouTube 4 different ways. Your credibility goes up a heck of a lot when you show physically what you guys can actually do. Any questions? Any comments? Is this good stuff? Is this bad stuff? All right.